I was talking to my neighbor Jay last week, a lively guy in his 70s who still gardens every day, and he said something that stopped me cold. I don't feel old until I try to stand up. Can you relate? That moment when your knees protest or your balance wavers just a bit too long. Here's the thing, it's not just getting older. It's your muscles quietly slipping away, up to 1% a year after 60. But what if I told you that loss is optional? That with just a few simple moves, ones you can do right at home, you could keep your legs strong, steady, and ready for adventure? Now you might think, I walk every day, isn't that enough? And walking is great, but it's like only eating salad and expecting to build muscle. Your legs need more. Because here's what most people miss. After 60, your body doesn't just need movement, it needs strategic movement. The kind that fights stiffness before it starts, builds balance before you need it, and keeps you lifting grandkids or grocery bags without a second thought. So let's start with the simplest exercise you're probably not doing, but should. All you need is a chair. Now, I want you to try this with me. Scoot forward in your chair just a bit, feet flat, knees bent like you're about to stand up. Good. Place your hands on the sides of the seat for support. This first move is what I call the secret weapon for your thighs, and here's why. It targets those crucial muscles you use every time you rise from a chair or climb stairs. Slowly straighten one leg out in front of you, not too high, just until you feel that gentle tension in your thigh. Hold it right there for 3 seconds, and now slowly lower it back down. Feel that? That's your quadriceps waking up. Do this 10 times on each leg, but here's the trick. Make the lowering part last twice as long as the lifting. That's where the real magic happens. When my friend Ruth started doing these, she told me something wonderful. Now when I get up from the theater, I don't have to wait for my legs to remember how to work. And that's exactly what we're going for, strength that translates to real life. Now, if this feels too easy, here's how to challenge yourself. Add ankle weights or loop a resistance band around your thighs. But if you're thinking, my knees don't like that, no problem. Just do smaller movements, even an inch off the chair counts. The key is consistent effort, not perfection. You know what's fascinating? While we've been sitting here working our thighs, there's another muscle group that's just as important for staying steady on your feet, and most people neglect it completely until they take a tumble. Let's talk about. Let me ask you something, when was the last time you actually practiced walking? I mean, really paid attention to how your feet move? This next exercise might look simple, but it's one of the most powerful tools to prevent falls. It's called the heel-to-toe walk, and it's like giving your brain and body a direct line to each other. Here's how to do it safely. Stand near a wall or kitchen counter where you can steady yourself if needed. Place one foot directly in front of the other so your heel touches the toe of your back foot, like you're walking on a tightrope. Now take 10 small steps forward this way, keeping your arms out slightly for balance. Here's what makes this so special. It trains your proprioception, that's your body's ability to know where it is in space. As we age, this sense dulls without practice. But do this for just 2 minutes a day, and studies show you can reduce fall risk by nearly a third. Now, if this feels shaky at first, that's completely normal. Try it near your kitchen counter where you can lightly touch for support. And for those feeling confident, here's an advanced version. Do it with your eyes closed, but only if you have someone nearby to spot you. You might be surprised to learn that the secret to better balance isn't just about your feet, it starts much higher up in your body. In fact, there's one simple posture adjustment that can make all these exercises twice as effective. Here's something remarkable. Just by changing how you hold your upper body, you can take 5 years off your walking age. Try this with me. Imagine a string gently pulling the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Feel how your shoulders naturally roll back and down. That's your body's perfect alignment, the way you probably stood as a young person without even thinking about it. Now here's why this matters for our next exercise. When your spine is stacked properly, your hips can move freely like they're meant to. And mobile hips mean powerful strides and better balance. Let's wake those hips up with something I call standing hip circles. Place your hands on your hips like this. Feet hip-width apart, that beautiful tall posture we just practiced. Now imagine you're drawing a circle with your hips. Start small, making clockwise circles for 8 reps. Then reverse direction. The key here? Keep your shoulders still, all the movement comes from below the waist. If you need support, do this near a countertop with one hand resting lightly. Too easy? Try it standing on one leg, but only if you're completely steady. My student George calls this his hula hoop exercise. He does it while waiting for his morning coffee to brew. Now you might feel some new sensations in places you haven't thought about in years, and that's exactly what we want. Because here's the surprising truth. Stiffness isn't just about muscles, it's often about. You know that creaky feeling when you first get out of bed? Like your body's wrapped in cling film? That's your fascia, the web of connective tissue that holds everything together. And here's the good news. Just like muscles, we can keep it supple with the right movements. Try this simple but powerful exercise with me. Sit tall with feet flat, then alternate tapping your toes left, right, like you're playing a piano with your feet. But here's the magic. Do it slowly, really feeling each movement. After 20 taps, you'll notice something fascinating. See how your ankles feel warmer? That's increased circulation reaching places that often get neglected. My 82-year-old yoga student Precious does this during TV commercials and swears it's why she can still wear her favorite heels to church. Now for an extra challenge. Lift your knees slightly higher as you tap. Too difficult? Just focus on lifting your toes while keeping heels planted. The secret is consistent motion, not how high you go. What's incredible is that these small movements create ripple effects throughout your body. In fact, researchers at Mayo Clinic found that ankle flexibility is directly linked to those toe taps we just did. They're actually priming you for one of the most important standing exercises for longevity, the humble calf raise. Now, you might wonder why we're focusing on calves when we're talking about overall mobility. Here's something fascinating. Your calf muscles are like your body's natural blood pumps. Every time you do this movement, you're helping circulation all the way up to your heart. Here's how to do it right. Stand with feet hip-width apart, maybe near your kitchen counter for support. Now slowly lift your heels as high as you comfortably can. Imagine you're trying to peek over a fence. Hold for just a second at the top, then even more slowly lower back down. Try for 10 reps, but here's what makes all the difference. Most people rush through these. Instead, make the lowering phase last twice as long as the lifting. That's when you really strengthen the muscles that prevent shuffling steps. My friend Ed, who's 76, does these while brushing his teeth. 2 minutes morning and night made such a difference, he stopped catching his toes on uneven sidewalks. Now here's something doctors don't always mention. These aren't just good for your legs. When researchers tracked seniors doing calf raises daily for 6 months, they found something unexpected. You'll never guess what that Mayo Clinic study discovered. Seniors who did simple calf exercises like these not only improved their balance, but their memory test scores went up too. That's right, what's good for your legs might just be good for your brain. And that brings us to our final, and most important, exercise of the day, the chair squat. Now, I know what you're thinking. Squats? At my age. But here's the beautiful part, we're using the chair as our safety net. Stand with the chair behind you and slowly lower yourself down, just until you lightly touch the seat. Then immediately stand back up using your leg power. No sitting. Just tap and rise. Start with 5 of these and you'll feel why this is the king of all functional exercises. If that's too challenging today, try this. Place a firm pillow on the chair seat to make the distance shorter. Or if you're feeling strong, pause for 3 seconds when you touch the chair before standing. My 84-year-old student Clara started with just 2 a day. Now she does 15 every morning and says getting out of her favorite armchair feels effortless. What's incredible is how these 6 simple exercises work together, like a symphony for your mobility. The seated leg lifts prepare you for standing, the calf raises improve your walk, and these squats, well, they're the grand finale that ties it all together. But before we finish, there's one crucial piece of advice that makes all the difference in seeing results. That crucial piece of advice? Consistency beats intensity. 5 minutes daily with these exercises will change your body far more than 1 hour once a week. Think of it like depositing pennies in a retirement account for your mobility. The small, regular investments add up to something extraordinary over time. Now, I want you to promise yourself something. Try just 2 of these exercises today, whichever feel most doable. Then tomorrow add 1 more. Before you know it, you'll have a complete routine that fits seamlessly into your life. Maybe you'll do heel-to-toe walks while the tea brews, or calf raises during the evening news. I've seen miracles happen with this approach. Students who needed help standing up now garden without knee pain. Grandparents who feared falling dance at family weddings. That could be you 6 months from now, but only if you start today. So leave a comment below telling me which exercise you'll try first. Your words might inspire someone else to begin their journey. And if you found this helpful, hit subscribe. We'll be exploring exactly what to eat to make these exercises even more effective in Thursday's video. Remember, growing older is inevitable, but feeling old? That's optional. Now go show your legs some love. You've got adventures waiting.